Before we get started, have you gotten my free resource, 10 quick tips to calm the chaos when you're feeling overwhelmed? Go to thesuccess.life/free resource. This ebook has 10 quick strategies you can implement right away to help calm you down and tame the chaos, even in the midst of your challenges. Go to thesuccess.life/free resource. Hello, my friend, and welcome to Press Pause. I'm your host, Janelle Bruland, and I'm here to help you regain control of your life for you. Each week, I will be giving you helpful tips and one thing you can implement immediately to overcome the chaos of life and take back control. I was once an overwhelmed, overcommitted entrepreneur, and I get what it's like to be balancing all of the things between work and home. And I'm here to help you take back control. Let's dive right in. Hello and welcome to Press Pause. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about something that you may struggle with. I know that I did, and that is sleep. And I want to give you 10 quick tips to have a better night of sleep. Now, it's interesting, this was a problem for me for many years, and I actually struggled with it a lot. I think part of the problem was I had such a heavy schedule. When I was growing my business, I was a single mom with kids at home, and anytime that I wasn't working, I was busy chaperoning them from one activity to the other. I would get them in bed at night and I would go back to work. It seemed like I was on this constant go, go, go pace that made it really hard to settle down at the end of the night. And I thought I was alone in these sleep struggles, and as I started to do research on it, because I simply couldn't live this way anymore, I was dragging through my days in this haze. When I started doing research, I found that I wasn't alone in my sleep struggles. And a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with getting good sleep, either getting to sleep at night, falling asleep, or waking up during the night, or just being restless. So I have some tips that really made a difference for me that are going to help you today. You know, what's interesting is sleep is a number one problem for many people. When I led a conference on how to improve your physical health in the areas of exercise, nutrition, and sleep, after I was done speaking, I had entrepreneurs that were coming up to me afterwards, not to ask me about my exercise routine or ask questions about nutrition habits, but about sleep, because many of them struggled with sleep. So I'm actually going to take you to my book, The Success Slide, because I brought this up here because in order to be a successful entrepreneur and have the kind of balanced life that you need to really focus on this important pillar of your health, and that is sleep. The National Institute of Health, in their research on brain basics understanding sleep, says, sleep is such an important part of your daily routine. You spend about 1/3 of your time doing it. Quality sleep and getting enough of it at the right times is as essential as food and water. It's really something you need for survival. So what are the 10 tips? Let me give those to you now. So the first one is to have a regular bedtime routine. So anytime that you can create a habit for yourself where you're doing the same thing over and over, your body starts to recognize it and it becomes routine. And so you can train your body to get ready for a good night's sleep of having generally the same routine every single night. Just like you exercise, and at the end of your exercise routine, you wind down at the end of that routine by stretching. This is a way that you wind down your evening. You have a wind down routine at the end of the day, and it'll help you get a good night's sleep. Tip number 2 is set a sleep and wake schedule. Are you currently going to bed at different times every night? Are you getting up at different times in the morning? Do your weekends look different than your weekdays? Well, tip number 2 is, as much as possible, set a regular sleep routine, meaning sleep and wake time, that you're going to bed approximately the same time every night within a 30-minute span, and you're getting up at the same time every single morning. And doing this on the weekends too. Again, this trains your body, and you begin to follow a natural circadian rhythm, which helps your body to know when it's time to wake up and it's time to go to sleep. So as you put in this sleep time where you're going to bed at the same time every night, after you do this for a while, your body will just start telling you, you'll start feeling that, oh, it's bedtime. You don't even have to look at the clock because your body is going to naturally start to wind down. Tip number 3 is make your bedroom a sanctuary. I don't know about you, but it makes a difference to have a bedroom that feels like a restful place that you come to. When you go on vacation or if you're away at a business conference or business meetings, don't you think when you come home that you're excited to be in your own bed? Oh, I can't wait to sleep in my own bed tonight. Do you relate to that? So make your bedroom really a sanctuary. If it isn't already, paint it in a soothing color that's restful for you. And have it be a space that's not cluttered. If you can, keep your electronics out of the bedroom. You want your bedroom to be a place that as you go in the evening, it immediately calms you down and it makes you ready for a good night of sleep. That's tip number 3. So number 1, have a regular evening routine. Number 2, set a sleep and wake schedule. Number 3, make your bedroom a sanctuary. Okay, are you ready for number 4? Shut off all the electronics. I know you've heard this before. You've heard that blue light really keeps you from sleeping. It does. It really makes a difference. That blue light tells your brain that it's daytime. It's time to wake up. And going back to those circadian rhythms, your body naturally responds to light. When you wake up in the morning and you open your blinds and it's light out, that tells your body and your brain it's time to be awake. Now, if you continue to run these blue lights late in the evening, that's telling your body, wake up, your brain, stay awake. It's time to work. It's time to be doing something. If you can take away those electronics, it will help you start to wind down for a good night of sleep. Number 5, turn down the temperature. How cool is the room that you're currently sleeping at night? Well, if you're sleeping in a warm room, it's going to be hard to get a good night of sleep. It really makes a difference. And research shows that you should have the heat below 70, ideally 67 is the right temperature to really get the most restful night of sleep. And it's a little bit different for everyone, so see what works best for your body. If you're currently sleeping in an evening temperature that's around 70 degrees, even taking it down just a couple degrees a night to start training your body for a cooler room, that is going to help you sleep better. Number 6, block out the light. Again, your natural circadian rhythm, when it's dark outside, your body knows it's time to rest. When it's light, it's time to be awake. So anytime you can block out lights in your room really makes a difference. If you don't have blackout blinds, look at potentially adding that in as an investment. It makes such a difference. I know that I sleep so well in hotel rooms, often because they're so dark. You don't even know that it's morning because they have these dark blackout shades. So I got them in my own room, and what a difference that it makes. If you don't have the ability to do this, you can get one of those sleep masks as well. They really make a difference too. So whatever it takes, block out that light. Another thing that we do in that area is when we travel, you can get this black tape that you can just take with you. It's easy enough to pack in your luggage, and put that over the lights in your room that are showing that you're not able to control. In a hotel room, for an example, if you have a TV in your hotel room that has a big bright red light, you can just put one of these pieces of black tape over it and it helps to take that light away. So if you're sensitive all to the light, that's a good solution for you. Number 7 is block out sound. As much as possible, you want to have a quiet environment to sleep. If you can't do this for some reason, if you live in a big city and there's a lot of traffic or sirens and things like that going off in the night, consider earplugs, an easy, inexpensive investment for you to help block out your sound. Number 8, avoid caffeine and alcohol. This really makes a difference, and now that I have ways through my Oura Ring and my watch that I wear to sleep at night, I'm actually able to see that if I have caffeine too late in the day or if I have alcohol at night, that it actually affects my sleep. You can see it in the rhythms. My heart rate stays higher and I don't have as restful of a night of sleep. I have less REM, and that is not just me. That's pretty much for everyone. If you're having too much caffeine or alcohol before bedtime, it's going to disrupt your sleep. So make sure that you're aware of those things. Again, listen to your body. I have a friend of mine who can't have caffeine past noon or it affects her. So what is that time of day for you that you can't be having caffeine any longer? If it doesn't affect you, just be aware that try to eliminate those things at least a couple hours before bedtime. Number 9, use essential oils. If you struggle with sleep, essential oils can be something that's really helpful. I know for me, it made a big difference. And there's certain oils like lavender and chamomile that really make a difference. You can put them as a diffuser in your bedroom at night. You can even drink some of them in teas and they make a difference. So go ahead and use essential oils, and they actually help promote sleep. They worked for me, and give them a try if it's not something that you've done before. And then finally, tip number 10, if you're struggling with sleep issues, especially as a woman, get your hormones checked, because hormones really make a difference in your ability to sleep or not sleep. And if your hormones are in an unbalanced state, it can actually cause wakefulness. Cortisol is something that can be measured, and it should be lower in the morning. It should be, high in the morning and lower in the evening. And if that gets out of whack, it can really disrupt your sleep. So if you've tried a lot of things but you haven't had your hormones checked, this is an area that you may want to take a look at. Okay, let's do a quick review of the 10 tips for better sleep. Have a regular evening routine, set a sleep and wake schedule, make your bedroom your sanctuary, shut off all the electronics, turn down the temperature, don't forget to block out the light, avoid caffeine and alcohol, block out sound, use essential oil, and check your hormones. Those are 10 tips for you to have a better night's sleep tonight. Give them a try. Let me know what works for you. Thank you for listening today. Take that one thing you learned and start making it a habit in your life now. And be sure to tune in next week for another thing you can do to improve your life and be the best version of yourself. Cheers to making this time for you each and every day. If you're enjoying this podcast, will you please take a moment to leave a positive review? This helps get the message out to impact as many people as possible. And I encourage you to subscribe to this podcast. That way the episodes will drop each time a new one comes out. Remember, you don't have to be overwhelmed and overcommitted. You have the power to take back control of your life.